Next up, we will have Sweeply, that is a mobile and web app that automates everyday tasks for hospitality staff. By simplifying communication and teamwork, it empowers deskless staff, housekeeping, engineering, guest services, maintenance, incident security, and so on. Let's welcome to the stage Pétur Orri, the CEO of Sweeply, and Daniel, the COO of KEA Hotels, that will share the story of implementation and process.
This is a story about KEA Hotels and how KEA Hotels found 179 hours in just 1 month in one of their hotels. But before we dive into the story, let me give you a little background. My name is Pétur. I am the CEO of Sweeply. The Sweeply team is on a mission to create a better work environment for hospitality staff. And that is why we have created a task management solution that simplifies both teamwork and communication. Thousands of people are using Sweeply today. People in housekeeping, maintenance, guest services, reception, and of course, managers. And one of those customers is KEA Hotels.
My name is Daniel. I'm the CEO of KEA Hotels. KEA Hotels is one of Iceland's largest hotel chains. We are operating currently 9 hotels around the country. 1 in Vík on the south coast, 1 in Akureyri, 1 in Siglufjörður, then 6 here in Reykjavík. All 6 of those hotels are ranked between the 2nd and 12th spots on TripAdvisor at the moment in guest rankings. This is a statistic that we are very proud of and have been able to achieve with the hard work of our fantastic staff, as well as keeping a close eye on certain KPIs relating to the guest experience and constantly using that to improve.
So, Sweeply and KEA Hotels have had a long-standing relationship. We've been collaborating on innovative solutions since 2020, and from early on, we knew that if we could make KEA Hotels happy, we would have good products in our hand. And we're still trying to make them happy.
So, as I said, we're always trying to do better. And in doing that, we discovered a new demand from our guests. And that is a demand for more choice. We realized that today's traveler is not only more environmentally conscious, but is also looking for more flexibility and privacy. So until now, we were working with a traditional housekeeping policy. That means that the guests got their daily housekeeping, no questions asked, every day. Imagine you're in a hotel, you come back from breakfast early, you just want to go back to bed. But when you get back, the housekeeper is there, she's vacuuming your floor, making noise. This is an inconvenience to some. And some of our guests would actually like to forgo the service completely if they were simply asked. And we realized we were wasting time and resources. So after some thought, our solution was the opt-in housekeeping policy. This means that our guests can still get their housekeeping services every day. If they want it, they simply have to ask for it. Now, the most important part here for us was that the guest would not perceive any decrease in service or decrease in value while staying with us.
And that is where we came into the picture. So me and Daniel, we met and discussed and designed a solution. We decided that the first hotel would be the Reykjavík hotel, the first hotel to implement the solution. So in our discussions, there were many questions that we had to answer, some of them being, how will this work in general? What about the guest? What's the message to the guest, very importantly? How will we inform the guest about this? And how will we capture his choice? And what can go wrong? So we deployed a new process and software within 2 weeks at the Reykjavík Lights hotels, and this is what we did.
So since we were straying from the norm, we wanted to make sure that our guests were informed about the change and of our new policy beforehand, before they arrived in Reykjavík. And so since this fit well into our environmental policy, we decided to add them both into the pre-arrival email that we sent to our guests, as you can see here in the red box. And then, once arrived, our guests get, once again, the introduction to the policy in case the email escaped them for some reason. And the receptionist then captured their choice in our system. It's quite interesting seeing the choices that are being made. Some guests choose not to get any cleaning at all during their stay. Others want every other day, while actually, in fact, the minority are choosing to have their rooms cleaned every single day.
So the reception staff is using Sweeply to capture the choice of the customer. And what you can see here in the front is the cleaning schedule for a particular customer. So this customer is staying for a week, and the turquoise or the light blue buttons with the dates there, they represent days that the customer doesn't want service. He has declined the service. The red circles, the red buttons, represent days that he wants service. So you can see a pattern for at least this customer. It's every other day. And then the housekeeping staff has all the information to implement the correct tasks based on the cleaning schedule from the customer and, of course, other policies that the hotel has. For example, at Reykjavík Lights, if the stay is longer than 7 days, they want to be coming in at least 1 time a week. And last but not least, managers can now see the impact of the policy. They can use real data to do future shift scheduling. And the results, now over to you.
The results are phenomenal. Last month, in April, at the Reykjavík Lights Hotel, 71% of our daily housekeeping services were declined by our guests. This translates to 179 hours of less workload on our staff.
And this is just in one hotel. Yeah.
So, to sum up the outcomes, first and most importantly, the guests are getting what they want. They get their privacy, their choice, their flexibility. Then we get less workload on our staff, giving us the flexibility in staffing and scheduling. We use less inventory, meaning fewer kilos going to the laundry. This is less plastic waste, less chemicals used. And that brings us to our fourth point, which is that this is more environmentally friendly. And so the conclusion is quite simple. You've seen the numbers. On top of that, our guest reviews have never been better. And following that, we have taken this to all of our hotels around the country.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a paradox of choice. How more choice can lead to lower costs and happier customers. So I think we have time for just one question, or two maybe. Anyone? Anyone?
My name is Ulvar and I've been in the travel business 30 years. I thought to turn this around and do as the like Icelandair and they are doing. They are just offering a basic seat, and then you can add on more space, or you can add a meal. Why don't you? I think it's much easier to do it. You don't need the system if you just let the customer choose. That he can just buy a room, and then he can have a room with something on it, or he can have. I don't understand the feeling.
So you mean you could add on? You could buy the.
Can I answer this?
Yeah.
Can I answer the question? Yeah.
Then you can skip the system, and you will get even much higher.
I agree. I agree completely. And you could foresee in the future that Booking.com actually supports a process like you're talking about. So let's say I'm there at Booking.com. I booked my 7-day stay, and I get a button for every day. And every time I click the button, my price lowers 25 euros, something like that. So I completely agree with your vision. This is probably where we're heading. You can customize your stay however you want, and this means also that we're not, like in our case, using old statistics, which can be quite reliable though, but we're using actual data from the customer. So I completely agree with the vision, and I think this is where we're heading. Yes.
Yeah, let me add to that. Us, KEA Hotels, we have a certain standard, and like I said before, it was very important to us that we're not reducing our service level. So we're giving the same service if you want it, but if we go that way, we are taking away a service that they then need to buy to be able to get it. And it may work for budget hotels, I would think, but that's not where we are heading.
So I think that's a great way to end it. Yeah, it depends. Thank you very much.